welcome to Books and Key. I am Key and today I'm here to do the EFFED UP Book Tag. So, I have the very effed up prompts written on a very effed up piece of paper and let's just get going, okay? So, the first prompt is a book that was effed up in a good way. And for that, I will pick Know My Name by Chanel Miller. So Chanel Miller is a survivor of sexual abuse. And so she writes about that experience. She writes about dealing with judgment, dealing with media, dealing with law, facing her victim. But then it is also a story of her courage and resilience and hope and how she comes out of that situation and stands up and makes her voice heard. So yeah, effed up thing that happened to her, but good end result in terms of a book. Prompt number 2 is a book that was effed up in a bad way. And for me, this is Arusha and the End of Time. If you have not seen my rant review of this, I will link that video below. But basically, this is a Percy Jackson ripoff using Hindu mythology. And you cannot do that kind of story with a living religion. And there were all kinds of inaccuracies. And it really sucked. It was slow and boring and terrible. And I don't even think I finished. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and watch my own video to find out. So yeah. Big fail. Then the third prompt is a book that everyone loved, but you think is effed up. And for me, that is It by Stephen King. I feel like this is such a cult classic and everybody loves it. I really liked the movies, but the book just felt too long. And it's like the town itself, the town of Delhi where it's set itself is a character. And so there was a lot of stuff about the town and I just couldn't get past that and I did not finish this book. The next prompt is Sexy and Effed Up. So for that, I've picked My Dark Vanessa. It's one of the most recent books that I've reviewed. The review is linked below. And it is about a nauseating relationship between a 15-year-old girl and her much older English teacher. The fifth prompt is Effed Up for Kids. Now, there are some books that I loved as a kid, including The Little Princess and The Secret Garden, both of which feature young girls who have come back from India. I didn't realize it at the time, of course, but guys, those books are so fucking racist. The way that they talk about India and Indians and life in India, it's terrible. I had to skip portions while I was reading The Secret Garden to my kids. Ugh. The sixth prompt is an effed up classic, Emma by Jane Austen. Sorry, Jane Austen lovers. But this is a book about a rich, pretentious girl who does a lot of partying and going to balls. And she thinks that her high status in society gives her the right to meddle in people's lives and love lives. No thanks. The next prompt is an effed up translation. Okay. So for that, I have a couple of things in mind. One is Confessions by Kanai Minato. This is translated from Japanese. I read it for a readathon. I don't remember which one. The premise is very bizarre. It's about a teacher whose daughter was killed by one of her students. So she's trying to take revenge, but it was slow. It was not very thrilling and I was not enthralled by the book. I also have Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. Very, very hyped up. I had huge hopes from this book. It was slow, it was boring, and I couldn't read it. Maybe the Japanese aren't really for me. The eighth prompt is effed up non-fiction. Downright the subtle art of not giving a fuck by Mark Manson. It has fuck in the title, so that automatically qualifies it for this. It's a terrible book. It's written from a place of white privilege. It's offensive to women. Mark Manson speaks down to his readers. Again, I have reviewed this book. I will leave that rant review linked below. The ninth prompt is illustrated and effed up, and for me, this is the Saga series. I've read the first 2 books in the series. I could not handle it. There is too much blood and gore. There is too much violence. There are bizarre looking creatures because this is set in a universe where there's an intergalactic war and we have Romeo and Juliet, like 2 creatures, one male, one female from opposing sides who fall in love with each other. They're on the run. It wasn't for me. I can see why people would like it. The artwork, I couldn't tolerate it, but I know that it is gorgeous. It's very well done. For me, this was effed up. For someone, this might be like a maze. The last prompt is really funny. It says, Hanya Yanagihara's A Little Life Fucked Up. A book that is just misery porn designed to convince you how effed up the world is. Shaggy Bane. It's sadder than Little Life. it made me cry more than Little Life. Because in Little Life, there is a little bit of hope, a little bit of happiness, a little bit of good things happening. Shuggy Bane, nothing good happens. It's about a little boy who's living with his alcoholic mother, and as he grows up, his entire life and world revolves around her drinking. It is the saddest book I've ever read. I've done a video comparing the two, and I will link that video below. That's it, guys. That is my version of the EFFED UP Book Tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.